Guys, welcome to episode number 6 of the Derby Kermode Live, and to start off this episode we have got the game away at Old Trafford against Manchester United. A great way to kick off this episode. In the last round, Tammy Abraham managed to pick himself up a hat-trick, that's why he's the joint second top goal scorer, of course. It's kind of annoying though that we've got these really tough teams in the cup. Like I normally want the cup competitions to be somewhere I can play like a second string team, but instead I'm having to really play a strong team. But we've got 4 days break until that game against Stoke, and there's not much of a difference between our first team and our second team. There's no like massive gulf in quality. So in a way, I think I'll just play my best team against Manchester United. It's a bit of a shame I haven't been able to record any of these videos in a while. It's been a bit busy for me recently, so sorry about that. But should be back on track this week, hopefully. And hopefully we can kick it off well against Manchester United. There is a suspension to Wisdom, so bit of an issue at right back. I think we'll get at least 3 or 4 games done in this episode. We did actually do quite well against Manchester United. I don't know if it's towards the end of last season, but they won in like the last minute of the game, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. I think we will put Seswan Cambo at right back. We did try Lawrence in the last episode. We did. We beat Man United 4-0, didn't we? That's what happened in the league. That's what, yeah. So I'm trying to just remember what happened. So hopefully we have a very similar lineup to what actually just beat Man United 4-0, and they were playing a weaker team in that game, so it really does depend on how strong Man United's team is. Into the game then against Manchester United, it does look like a weaker team. Unfortunately, I accidentally skipped the intros, which we can actually watch for the Carabao Cup. Nevertheless, looking at the lineup, they've gone for Johnson in goal, Bustos, Poole, Tuanzebe, Suarez, Matic, Carrick, Mkhitaryan, Gomez, Pereira and Wilson. Other than Mkhitaryan and maybe Matic, it's a pretty weak Man United team. Obviously, these youngsters are probably going to be high 70s, maybe even to the 80s, but still, it's probably a 50-50 game. Like we've probably got a similar-ish rating. Obviously, there's players like Mkhitaryan and Matic, but we did just beat Man United at Old Trafford 4-0. So, in theory, if I can get back to that form, we should win. You know, on the attack here early on, Gomez going around Will Hughes with the shot, comes off the bar. Chance here for United. It's at the end of the first half. I don't think there's any added time because that's how boring, to be honest, this first half has been. Probably the best chance for Man United there in the last kick of the half. We had one chance and it wasn't really much of a chance at all, so probably no real highlights in that first half. Good tackle from Jeff Hendrick. Hopefully get an attack here going. Through for Tammy Abraham. Just waiting for the run of Lawrence again. Turns the defender nicely. Hopefully goes past the number 5 with the shot. Wide of the post. It's been one of them games where you're feeding off scraps. Anthony Martial coming on for Pereira. We've also brought on Jordan Ibe and Thorne into the midfield. Just in a way I don't mind, because I don't think it goes to extra time. I think it does go to a replay, which I kind of wouldn't mind, because at home we probably would do a bit better. Ball through for Tammy, so he's got the pace to go through the defence. Hopefully gets the shot off. Yes, he does. Saved by Johnston and missed from Lawrence. Still got the chance though. In the near post, and there's the goal that we needed. Last 10 minutes now. The former Man United man scoring again. Tammy gets the save, just about misses the rebound, but Ciceretti keeps it alive. Nicks it at the near post, and we make it 1-0 with about 10-11 minutes left. It's going to be an interesting end, especially because Man United are just well known for scoring in the last minute. Just Johnston getting kicked in the head there by the defender. There's Tom Lawrence again. He's got 4 goals in probably 4 appearances against Man United now, because obviously he got that hat-trick that really helped him out in the last episode. Chance here for Wilson. He's gone out wide, and Martial's in the middle now. He's gone into the back post with the header. Mkhitaryan. Man United in the last few minutes, they're just that classic team, Fergie time of course. The Armenian finding the back of the net there. I don't know if it actually goes to extra time, that's another thing. I'm not 100% sure if it does go to a replay, but Wilson and Martial switched, and that left-footed, because he is left-footed, Wilson, with the absolutely fantastic cross in fairness, and could sport yellow, he could have positioned himself a bit better to save that, but it's against Man United. They are going to maybe get a winner as well, and I do need to be careful because I think there will be a few minutes of added time. And there's full time. It does go to extra time, that's interesting, so we don't get a replay. That means this team won't be able to play against Stoke in 4 days' time. They just won't have the stamina. We have subbed off Simon, Hughes and Hendrick, so some key players obviously, but it means like Tammy Abraham, Lawrence, and all the defence will have to change. But against Man United, they've only made 2 changes as well, so they've got an extra card to play, and they've got Pogba and Herrera now in that midfield. I think they're still on all-out attack, to be frankly honest, so we may have a chance to counter-attack here if we can feed this through for Tammy quite nicely. Hopefully Lawrence can get back in the middle. There's not much of an opportunity for Tammy to get anything from here. It's gone across. Good tackle. Tammy with the shot and Tammy with the goal, literally out of nothing. He just nicked it off the Man United defender. And the England international has found the back of the net. I'm quite liking what England are doing. I might be tempted to do that, to be frankly honest. With when we go to the Euros, you should play a lot of younger players because realistically, the squad isn't what it used to be. And maybe growing for the future will be better. But Tammy Abraham with a beautiful left-footed finish there. He does lack in that skill move department, but at least he's got the 4-star weak foot that does help, because obviously it means he can shoot with either foot. Jordan Knight with the pace to go around the defence. Hopefully he can get us the winner. He's got it across the box into Lawrence with the shot. Saved off the line from Johnston and out for a throw-in. A little bit lucky to get away with that Man United there, but it does show, because they are playing all-out attack, they are lacking in the defensive area, so we can counter quite easily. Jordan Knight trying to run this through the Man United defence. He's got the pace to burn through. Hopefully gets it across to Tammy. Just about misses it. That could be costly. There's only a minute left, but enough time for Man United to score. That could be really costly if we don't keep the clean sheet in this extra time. 2 minutes of added time. It's probably this last attack for Man United. There are an absolute ton of people up front as well. Just don't want this ball to get into the box. Oh, that's gone out for a corner. Goalkeeper coming up for Man United. Is it going to be Schmeichel? It's gone into the box. There's a good delivery to Pogba with the volley. Cleared off the line for Assessor Cambo. Oh my god, that could have very easily. I could have very easily just booted against my own man there and put it into the back of the net. But we got a bit lucky there, and it was a really tight game. Like, you'll see the match stats here. We had 10 and 12 shots. It wasn't like that, in my opinion. I don't think there were 22 shots in that game. It felt like there was like chess moves. Like, literally each team had to be really careful. And we're through to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. So it's good to see we're doing quite a nice cup run. And hopefully this time we get a bit of an easier team. There's teams like Millwall still in the cup. It looks like we're going to get West Brom. But I'm not 100% sure if it actually works like that, how the teams link up. But West Brom a bit of an easier team, of course. There's still Millwall, Leicester, who else is there? Brighton, maybe, is that new? Who's that? Cambridge United and Ipswich. There's still, I've knocked out a lot of the big teams in this tournament, so we could very easily win the Carabao Cup, which isn't the most amazing cup in the world, but a cup's a cup, you can't deny it. I don't think it's actually updated it yet. So it is against Leicester in the Carabao Cup in the quarterfinal. It is on my birthday as well, so we're only a couple of weeks away now, guys. If you want to think about some presents for me, that'll be absolutely fantastic. But it's a really nice game, actually, in the Carabao Cup. I think we beat Leicester in the first season, and it's not too jam-packed. It's kind of jam-packed, but I think I'll play a weak team against Newcastle and then hopefully get through to the semi-final, because I would like to win the Carabao Cup. It has been 3 seasons, and we actually haven't... Well, did we win the... We won the championship, didn't we? So we have technically won a title, and as you can see there, Tom Lawrence has won Player of the Month. Clearly, playing him at Cam has been quite a good thing this season. I was almost tempted to sell him in the summer because I felt he's not quite good enough out wide. Try him in the middle. He's absolutely fantastic. So we are going into the next game at the Britannia against Stoke City. A bit of a localish rival. They're only like half an hour, 40 minutes away. We'll use our black kit. I do kind of want to use our fluorescent kit because we do really well in it, but some of you guys like this darker kit. Jordan Ives actually grown by a rating. It's good to see. 80 finishing and 80 dribbling and 82 ball control. I've put him in training to get that shooting up, which does definitely help. Hendrick and Hughes fully fit. I think we will put Vidra, and I think Tammy Abraham did score in that last game, but I do want to give Che Adams a bit of an opportunity to play. I think we will bring him off the bench. I will change around the defence a bit as well. Here we are then at the Stoke City Stadium. Technically the Bet365, but you can't call it a betting company. But then again, it is also, like, I don't get why they can't just call it the Britannia. But nevertheless, it's called the Stoke City Stadium. Lee Grant in goal, the former Derby County man. It's a bit of an interest, like that formation. We either do really well or really struggle against it. So it's a bit of an odd one. Some teams do really well and others don't do too well. We did sell Curtis Davis to them, but he isn't in the lineup. It is Holness in the middle. Wimmer, Sweeney, Peters, Trupe, Joe Allen, Perez, Choupo-Moting, Barahino and Shaqiri. Shaqiri is actually the top goal scorer last year, so I guess this formation works for Stoke. No Jack Butland. I'm not 100% sure if he's moved. We have had a bit of player growth as well. Jordan Ibe and Lowe going to a 77. And Sportiello at like 27 going to an 81. That's always good to see. Not going to complain. It's always good to see player growth. Vidra also at 73. I think that happened though in the last episode. Into Vidra. Now through for Simon. Hopefully gets the shot off. Saved by Lee Grant though early on. Would be a great start to the game. It's back out to Simon. Cuts back through the defender with the shot. Grant with the save again. I can just see Lee Grant making like 20 saves or something stupid just against us. Just because the game knows he's against his former club. Ibe with the shot. And over the bar. Chance here for Simon. He can get around Peters. Now with the shot, saved by Grant, and the rebound goes straight to Tammy Abraham, and we found the back of the net. Lee Grant has actually been incredible. I don't know if I want to show you guys how many saves he's made in the first 30 minutes, but it's insane how probably 60-ish rated keeper has made 6 saves in 30 minutes. Did make that save to keep out, I think it was Vidra or Simon's shot, and then obviously the rebound went to Tammy Abraham, who was Simon, of course. I think it is one of those things on FIFA that it is really exploitive. You can, if you get a stupidly tight angle and take the shot, the keeper will always parry it into like the middle of the net. So it's like, it's kind of an exploited thing, but at the same time it does happen in real life. So it's one of them, and we're 1-0 up against one of the best defensive teams this year. Stoke on the attack here with the shot. Berahino, good save from Sportiello though. It's about his first save of the game there. Second shot for Stoke. We've clearly dominated them in the first 35, but now that we've got the goal, they're going to have to come out a bit more. Chance here for Stoke. Berahino with the shot, and it is Shaqiri with the goal. Berahino with the layoff, and then Shaqiri with the goal. That's what I meant to say, but Xherdan Shaqiri with an absolute rocket 2 minutes after us scoring. It's almost like, I don't know, it's like, it's kind of scripted. Like, literally dominated them for the first 35. As soon as we score, Boosh will turn on the sliders and get ourselves a goal. But it's the game, and that's what we've got to play at the end of the day. Shaqiri with the goal. He was the top goal scorer last year. Currently 6 in 11 or 12. So doing well this year as well. Joe Allen doing well to defend nicely. Into Simon though. Hopefully pings it across the box into Tammy Abraham with the goal. It's good to see Tammy Abraham getting some goals. He struggled in his first like 5 or 6 games, but since then he's got goals pretty much in every game. Obviously picking up a couple in this game already. Got one against Man United. It's a bit of a shame we've scored against Lee Grant. He's obviously a bit of a Derby-ish. I don't know if you could call him you wouldn't call him a legend, but he's a player you'd respect at Derby, can't you? Because he's been here twice in a really nice long career for him. There's half time against Stoke City, currently 2-1 to us. It's been quite eventful, a lot more eventful than the Man United game where it was 0-0. Obviously away from home again, like it's one of them where they can score in the last few minutes very easily. Chance here for Stoke with the shot. Joe Allen, just out of nothing. It's incredible how well they do pass it around at times, in fairness. But Joe Allen there just in the pocket in between the 2 defenders, and yeah, it's one of them. Again, like the swapping of the attackers definitely affected that, because Choupo-Moting came into the middle, Berahino went onto the right, and then Joe Allen with a pretty nice left-footed finish, in fairness. A player I wouldn't mind getting at some point. Is quite good at both ends defensively. Similar to Jeff Hendrick, in fairness. Chance here for Tammy late on. Gets the shot off. I thought that's in. I thought he scored there. So close. I'm not too sure why he's not got a player face, to be honest. But yeah, it's just gone over the bar. Obviously, he is right-footed. Wasn't his weak foot. There it is, full time against Stoke City. 2-2 in the end. Lee Grant with, I think, 11 saves. I think he did make 11 saves. Let me just have a look at the player ratings. 11 for the former man that's gone to Stoke, and done really well, in fairness. Like when we sold him, I think it was a good 2.5 mil. We probably did deserve the win, but Lee Grant definitely kept Stoke in it. Transfer offer for Kellen Gordon. He's one of them like youth players that I'll accept so many offers for him, but he won't go. Just looking at the England squad, then, as I said, there's not a lot of good players. Like if you rate doing by rating, above 85, you've got Dyer and Kane, Barkley, and Dele and Sterling. There's not an abundance of players in this squad that are really that good. Obviously, Dele, Ali, and Kane are absolutely fantastic. Will Hughes is not bad though. He's probably one of the leading central midfielders. Players leaving on international duty then, it is Will Hughes, Tammy Abraham, Hendrick, Lawrence, Sessegnon Cambo, Emerson and Sportiello going to their respective clubs. Obviously it's good to see Sessegnon Cambo and Emerson and Sportiello in their teams. I don't think they were last time. We are going to end off this episode with the game against Leicester and East Midlands derby. Also, it's a good way to know how good we are against Leicester, because we've got them in literally two games after. Got West Ham and Newcastle, and then we've got them again. So, just like Man United, if we can get a nice victory, shows the better team, then that cup game will be a little bit easier. Here we are then back at home. It has been a while since we've played a home game, and a lot of away games in recent times, but this time against Leicester, a local rival. Looking at their team, they've gone for a 4-4-2, very good team indeed. Not 100% sure who their goalkeeper is, Badashile, and Danny Simpson, Harry Maguire, Zuma, Durm, Adama, Ibora, Mendy, El Shaarawy, Silimani and Musa up front. I think Iheanacho is one of those players that I wouldn't mind bringing into the club as well. He's a very good youth player, of course, only like 20 years old by now. And again, like we've beaten Man United in this episode. We could probably beat anyone. Burnley in the top 3 again. Like, it's incredible how good Burnley actually are on this career mode. Lawrence has picked up an injury there, I think, though. Gonna have to keep an eye on that. Gonna try and ping it into Simon, now into Tammy with the shot, straight into the keeper's hands. Chance here for Leicester. It's gone to Silimani, off the post and in the back of the net. It's annoying because, like, I could commentate every single attack, but it's one of them where a lot of their attacks do actually go in. Like, it is really painful to play against the AI this year, but it's one of them. Pretty nice passing play, in fairness, and a pretty good finish from the Algerian to find the back of the net and make it 1-0, 4th goal of the season. Now to Moses Simon, it's a really good ball. Ping it across to Lawrence, it's been pulled back by the defender to Tammy Abraham with the shot, off the post. And Ciceretti, across to Wisdom. Gone past the defender quite nicely into the box to Tammy Abraham, into the back of the net. Tammy Abraham is an absolute poacher. You can just ping it at him stupidly hard and he'll find a way to get it into the back of the net. First time finish there from the man, and he's absolutely, I don't know, must have like 6 or 7 goals now. He's done really well, plus the hat-trick in the Carabao Cup. He's definitely secured his place now. It was a bit of a worry early on. I felt like he wasn't scoring at all, basically, for the first like 4 or 5 games. But since then, got himself onto the score sheet and made it 1-0 back into the game. Good tackle from Tammy Abraham, gets the shot off, and it's in the back of the net. He's ridiculously good at shooting. It's not even funny how good and clinical he is. He's got 2 goals in 2 minutes there and got us into the lead, probably going into the second half. I hope we can lead going into the second half. Anyway, it was a bit of dilly-dallying from the Leicester defenders, and on that left foot, I'd say his left foot's probably better than his right, and he's only got like, I don't know, 80 odd finishing. 78, it's not even 80, and it's ridiculous. 70, like, I don't know how he's got such good shooting. He's got 78 finishing and then 81 shot power. It feels like a lot more. I'm probably going to sub off Lawrence at half time, either for Adams or Vidra as well. Tackle from Dunk, but it's gone straight back to UCAN. I do actually remember signing UCAN in a derby crew a very long time ago, but they've nicked the equaliser. Ahmed Musa on the right hand side there. Again, like the striker and the winger swapping. It's a really effective tactic and score against me. I think, is that Schmeichel? No. Where's, oh, I think Kasper Schmeichel went to Napoli, I think, for like 50 mil or something stupid. I remember that in the transfer window. Just gone. But as you can see here, UCAN holding up the ball nicely. A really good Turkish play, in fairness. Again, like, could the keeper done it a little bit better, maybe? But Musa, very good. Left-footed finish there to find the back of the net. Inside here, into Tammy. Can he get his hat-trick? He's turned the defender nicely. 78 finishing, guys. He scores some ridiculous shots sometimes, but not that time. Craig Shakespeare, the manager. Adama looks massive. That's the guy from Borough. Yeah, it's full time. Bit of a shame we couldn't nick the winner there in the last kick of the game with Tammy, but it's one of them, like, their keeper, I don't know who he is, but he's ridiculous. I think he's from the French league, I guess. It's one of them. Really tight game. Maybe Leicester slightly deserved it. Maybe we deserved it. 2 shots on target, 2 goals. Wonder why they went in. But nevertheless, Wisdom got the man of the match in the end. Decent game, get a point. Into a bit of training then. As you can see, Palmer Brown has gone to a 76, I think in the last training session, and Hansen's gone to a 77. He's actually got decent ball control now. Very good stamina as well. But that dribbling still at 56 isn't amazing. Just looking at the injury then, it is going to be 3 weeks. That sprained knee seems to be quite a common occurrence. Jerry hasn't actually played in a very long time. It's one of them though, like, because we got Tammy, we don't really need Jerry, because Tammy's just a better version of Jerry. But it does mean the pecking order does change around a little bit. I think we will put him onto the bench, give him an opportunity. Adams will go more to a cam position and a winger, and Jerry will replace Tammy. Or do I put Adams in? Because we did pay 10 mil for him. Like, it's kind of a bit silly just leave him on the bench, but he's very similar as well in terms of technical stats to Lawrence if you compare the two. But nevertheless, I think I'll work it out between the 2 episodes. We'll probably go with that. But yeah, it's been quite a good episode in terms of we haven't lost. You can look at it that way. We got a couple of draws in the Prem. We won against Man United in the Cup. If you look where Leicester are, they are in the relegation zone, but they have got a very good team, and it's a derby game. They are always, form kind of goes out the window. But there's teams like Arsenal, Man United, below us, so I think we're doing all right. We're only 2 points off where we need to be, in my opinion, in the Europa League areas. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. It's just Stoke and Burnley in the top 4. As always. So you look at it that way, we got a point against Stoke. That's incredible, in my opinion. Only 2 teams have beaten Stoke this year. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.